Okay, a lot of the election results have been certified. We know the numbers now. I want to talk about a couple of those races, particularly when it comes to the propositions, and a question that were really surprising in terms of the results. And Scott, let's start with you on non-binding question number one, the money for the kids.
Oh, yeah. I was shocked that that thing didn't go through. I mean, I really was. When you look at the firepower that was there, that thing should have just been a slam dunk. But I think what happened, the verbiage, people got confused, and I think the 10 cents going from the gas tax to this and to that, if they would have just said we're going to fund education at this percentage and have a tax increase, I think it would have passed.
Would you think it would have been better if it wasn't tied to the gasoline tax?
Yeah,
Thomas?
the gasoline tax killed it. I was surprised at the number. I wasn't necessarily surprised that it failed. It could have passed or failed, but the number by which it failed was surprising. I think what it taught us, and it's the same thing Prop 2 taught us, is we don't want to govern our state by ballot initiative because they have to file the language right up front, and it's not subject to amendments and refinements that you get in the legislative process. And so when it gets filed and it's a little bit off, the whole thing goes off track.
Yeah, that's a little known fact about these initiatives, right? It's drafted and then it's locked in stone. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a mess because I think people really do want to fund education in Utah, but I think they want the legislature to say, here's our chunk, we're giving it, and they know directly where the money's going. And I don't think there was wide support, even listening to the Senate debate. Mitt Romney and Jenny Wilson both said, I don't know this is the way to do it, and maybe it's hurting people in rural Utah with gas taxes. So it just wasn't done the right way, even with the right firepower.
But kudos to those who fought for more money for education.
Yes.
There's some great people there, and their motivation was to get more money into the classroom for our students. And you got to salute people who were fighting for that, because I think we all agree we want a better education system in Utah.
Will there be a chilling effect of any kind, maybe this legislative session, from appetite to give more money to public ed now?
Well, I hope, because you see our projected surpluses, they're pretty huge. And I think one-time bonuses or whatever we can do, but we've got to improve our education system, especially with Silicon Slopes going in and the talent that we're looking for in the future. Yeah. We have to do that.
We do so well with so little, but there's so many other ways we can improve. So it's kind of the tale of two cities, right? We know we're doing well, but we know we can do a lot better.
Yeah, there's always a choice of where that money goes. I know there's new money coming in from the online sales tax that'll be required now in the new year, and that money I think went to corporations, and so it's just deciding where you want to spend your money, and our kids probably should be high on that list.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the legislature learned that the appetite for a tax increase of that magnitude is just not there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't all tax increases, right? Because Medicaid expansion seemed to be okay with that.
That was amazing. That was genuinely amazing. But again, I think the compassion of the citizens of the great state of Utah felt on that one. And to get 150,000 more people covered, that's homeless people. Those are people who are right at the cusp of losing everything. I think it's a win-win. Because one way or another, and this is the thing that drives me crazy, we pay for that. If they go to the ER, if they come up here, we're still paying for it. If they go to IHC, we're still paying for it.
The tragedy of that is that it was an unintended consequence of the Affordable Care Act, and it left people in the middle that were that didn't qualify. And that's another lesson to be learned, is let's not pass 2,100-page bills and have the Speaker of the House say, we'll read it after it's passed. Because when you do that, this is what happens, and it puts voters and everybody in a really tough spot. Put the state of Utah in a really tough spot.
Great responses. Thank you for putting this question into context for us. Very, very insightful.